Pull up close, we don't beat around the bush, we meet around the bush. Face it with a grin, let the real talk begin. We don't beat around the bush, we meet around the bush. Come on in, take a seat, now we're bringing heat around the bush. Yeah, we meet around the bush. We meet around the bush.
Hello, world. Welcome to Around the Bush podcast. We are an eclectic mix of strong-willed, whimsy ladies who come together to talk about all sorts of topics, from mental health to spirituality to aliens to everything in between. Because you know what? We don't beat around the bush.
We meet around the bush. Hey, I'm Honey. I'm 32, a Pisces through and through. And fun fact about me, I have been almost a lifelong vegetarian.
Hey, I'm Olive. I'm 35. I'm a Capricorn. And fun fact about me is I was born in Germany.
Hi, I'm Scarlett. I am 44. Do not come for me. I'm an Aquarius. Fun fact, I am married to Olive.
Hi, I'm Rose. I'm 33. I'm a Capricorn. Some might say painfully delusional. I prefer positively delusional. Fun fact about me is I'm a proud owner of a Prius.
Today's episode is called But Why, where we question social norms, expectations, the reason behind why we do what we do. Should we still be doing it? Is it hindering us or is it helping us? Each one of us has come up with our own but why that we're going to look at, we're going to examine, kind of pick it apart, probably tease each other a little bit and see what happens. Take it away, honey.
Thanks, sis. My question is, why do people ask, how are you, when they don't actually want or expect an honest response?
I think it's so funny that we have so many unspoken rules. Like, we just automatically know they don't really care and we're not really answering it, but we all just pretend that it's completely fine and normal.
Yeah, well, it's going to be really weird for you because there's a split second in my head when somebody says, hey, how are you? That I have two options. There's two alleyways we could go down. I could say, I'm peachy. Thank you so much. Living the dream, right? Or I could tell you the honest truth. And if there's an opportunity to make it weird and awkward at 6:48 a.m. on a Monday, I'm going to take advantage of that every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's factual.
Thank you for the confirmation.
We'll do that. But again, society has ingrained that in us, right? Like, we were all taught from like very young. You say, hello, hi, how are you? I'm good, or I'm fine. No other answers, right? Like, that is the appropriate response.
Yeah.
Because again, nobody actually really gives a fuck about what you're saying. It's just because we're programmed to say it that way.
But I do.
Okay, and
Because
you're
you're a
people
Pisces.
like you, right? You're a water sign.
Yeah.
So you do give a fuck, and that's great. Not all of us give a fuck.
So
and
many
I'm tired
fucks.
of having to do the song and dance when it's 6:58 in the morning.
Like all of
and I
our
don't feel like
listeners to
talking
think of,
nobody.
count how many times Rose says fuck today.
I also
Fuck you.
hate when I have to actually think about it. Like when somebody's asking me, then I have to think, wait, do they want that long answer that's
Yes.
going through my head?
Yes.
Or do they just want I'm absolutely fine?
That's my domain, because right now you guys are discussing something and like you're very matter of fact about it too. And I'm listening going, oh my God, I'm learning finally. So keep going, because I'm going to learn what's
lady
supposed to
autism.
happen
I was going to
during
say
that
that's
moment.
the lady autism.
Like, what is supposed to
We're
happen?
learning social skills today, friends.
Yeah. Well,
Because
the
I'm just now learning that's probably the problem. People ask me, hey, how
Oh,
are you?
probably.
And I answer.
probably.
And
Some
so
might
now
say.
supposed
You're
to.
answering truthfully and honestly.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, good God. Whoops, this is disgusting.
Didn't mean to.
They were like, no, I made a mistake.
Because I
The
hate,
worst part
hate
is-
small talk.
When I do actually
Oh, I
give that
love
long
small
answer,
talk.
Oh, barf.
then afterwards, after that engagement is over, then I awkwardly think about, why did I give them the long answer?
Right.
That
Why did
wasn't
I
the
say
right
that?
choice. That wasn't the right
Trauma.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have questions and
Instant
regrets.
regret.
Yeah, instant regrets. All done.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again.
I do that almost every day. Every time
Every time you give the long answer?
That like,
I think
do
every
I?
time she talks. No, I'm just
Some might
playing.
say. Some might say.
Girl.
I don't even have an excuse. I don't even have the lady autism. I'm just weird.
That's not
I think we all
confirmed.
got a little tism.
Right, not confirmed.
It's not
I mean,
confirmed.
it is a spectrum, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. We're all on the spectrum somewhere. 'Cause
We all have
spectrums
traits.
are never ending. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Scarlett, if it makes you feel any better, we also have those thoughts, right? We have to make that decision in that moment. And we choose wrong all the time. And I only know that I've chosen wrong when I'm giving you a story about me when I was 8 to inform you of what happened yesterday because you need the backstory. And
I
you're
do.
trapped. You're trapped
yeah.
in your office because I'm standing in your doorway. And I see your eyes. You look like a rat in a cage. And I'm like, uh-oh, this was the wrong. You didn't actually want this.
I think the question that I'm really wondering now is when you get to that point to where you see the rat cage eyes, what do you do then?
Thank you for asking. I continue talking.
That is the wrong thing to do, by the way. Do not do that.
Well, I'm keenly aware at this point that you're super uncomfortable, and I will word diarrhea myself out of it. Well, I think that's what
Not
I'm
I don't
doing.
know.
out of it though.
I think
I
that's
word
further
diarrhea.
into
you
it.
might be drowning in diarrhea.
Well, then we
Should I
both
have
have
said
like
that?
the rat cage eyes, right? Or the rat in the cage
Well, now
eyes.
because everyone's panicking.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone's
Right.
like, oh shit. How
Now
is
we're
this gonna
all in a
end?
cage with
Right.
Right. And I'm standing in
Shit
your
in it.
doorway. Now somebody else is coming down the hallway. Here's Jess, but one time
and then they're like, "Hey, how are you guys doing?"
Everyone's panicking. They're
literally
like,
turns around and walks away. Like, oh, did she see me? Did she see me? Oh God. Don't go
just
down that hallway.
run.
Okay,
There's honey. Look out.
let's do a quick role play here. Okay, hey, honey, how you doing?
Wow. Thank you so much for asking. So,
I'm already bored.
yeah.
Eyes already glazed over.
Oh my God.
That is small talk already.
What do you mean?
Okay, I appreciate.
Why
okay.
are we always doing small talk?
Yeah.
Wait, I love small talk. What
Why?
do you mean?
See, I think there's like a middle
See,
ground.
I think what
I do
Honey is
agree with
trying to
that.
get at with this is when you ask Honey, how are you doing? Please care.
You got to
Please
Right,
care.
be genuine.
Gotta be
Right?
genuine.
Like, if
Care
you're
because she
actually gonna
wants you to
ask-
care because she has a lot to say to you.
So much. Yeah.
Don't worry, she has a podcast.
You'll
Now
all
you
hear
have
it
a
here.
space for that.
Now you have a safe space.
I usually,
Aw,
somebody
I hope
asks
this
me
is
how
a
I'm
safe
doing. I'll
space.
show you how I handle this autistically.
Okay. Hey, Scarlett. How are you?
Aw. What did you do yesterday? You left at like 4:00. What did you do yesterday?
You know what? Actually, in all honesty, sorry, I have to pause here because the last time that I did that to you, you went full ladytism and started talking about tardigrades.
Tardigrades are so cool, guys. Look them up.
Yeah, that was a real.
Yeah, you're gonna get
But
the
see, I
real
genuinely
tism
care.
answer there, and
Like,
it's
I'm
gonna
super stoked about tardigrades now.
Yeah.
That's why I love small talk.
Yeah, you know
That's
when
small?
she interjects those fun facts for me. You want to know when she decides that's a good time?
Probably at the most inopportune time ever.
the moment I open my eyes.
Yes, you know.
As
That's
a Capricorn,
hard
To,
no.
to
No.
be fair, I felt like when her eyes were closed was probably a worse time.
You know
Yeah.
what? Fair point.
That is fair.
That is
However,
Fair point,
my eyes
Scarlett.
need to be open for about 30 minutes to an hour before I need to get into
I don't know how
deep
you expect me
yeah.
to know
talks about whatever the autism
Philosophy of the
interest
world
is of the
is.
day. I'm not functioning. I need like some time to get up and like stretch, maybe not in bed too.
Oh my
Like,
God! Do you just wake up and stretch in the morning?
No.
Oh,
that. She doesn't at all. She
I
wakes up
don't.
and goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
That sounds like the best thing ever, actually, to me.
Yeah.
so if you're
what's
if
the
you're
problem
waking
here?
up to immediately go back to sleep, then isn't there only like a small time window?
Yeah, but
that
it's
Scarlett
after
has?
the like final wake up. Like that's the final countdown. That's when things are.
Did you
like,
keenly
going.
express that to Scarlett because she is autistic?
She does know.
Oh, she does.
She
Okay.
does. Like we can watch TikToks and ease into our morning and like have a very light-hearted morning
And
with
I'm like-
minimal communication and words.
I'm like, all right, let's get to it. Like, I have so many things to share.
It's like, when can we talk about quantum physics?
yeah,
Is 9 a.m. too early? Yes.
immediately.
The answer is always no.
Immediately, she would love to.
yeah.
I love that. You can come sleep over at my
Yeah,
place.
they're morning people.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Who's morning people?
Those two.
You,
Oh.
Honey, and Scarlett. Honey goes in like a fucking Disney princess every goddamn morning at like 7 in the morning. We're skipping, we're dancing. Hello,
Skipping and
world.
dancing, yes.
Yeah, we're
No.
feeding fucking
Birds come to
squirrels
her.
and birds and
There's-
fucking
yeah.
birds and shit. Like,
Actually, I am actively
no.
Pavloving the crows that live outside of our workplace. They have now recognized my car and greet me in the morning. I have yet to receive a gift, but we're close.
Yeah, no. See, I even remember as a kid that I got in trouble for being that grumpy kid that doesn't want to say good morning. Absolutely not. Like,
But I'm the problem. I have to change.
Get that that might be polite and sure in passing, sure the good mornings and such, but even as a kid, like I remember my grandpa got furious with me because I probably was forced to go to the breakfast table. I wasn't ready to be awake, and he simply just told me good morning, and I simply grunted because that's how I feel, and I was being authentic, but
you are
that
really
was the
good.
wrong answer, and we didn't speak for about a year and a half.
That's a perfect
That's
example.
commitment to anger that I can appreciate.
And I think all of you had a question earlier where you brought up a point, not here, but where you were talking about valuing politeness over honesty.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that comes in. That's a question too. Like,
Would
we're
you
just-
rather me be honest or would you rather me be fake? I don't enjoy, like, don't say good morning to me if you're going to be mad by my response. I'm not in control of your feelings,
right.
of how my response. So why?
I mean, maybe we need to start asking that question. Do you want honesty or do you want validation?
And I feel like I feel like there has been a shift in recent generations where people are asking more questions like that, right? Like people are starting to ask like, okay, do you want me to just listen or do you want me to help problem solve? To me, that is in alignment with this line of questioning too, right? Like, do you want the truth or do you want me to just give you like the generic kind of like attaboy, right? Like,
Oh, maybe that's what I need to do.
fine.
Maybe
The problem
instead
is,
of
I think
me,
it's different for everybody.
Yeah. No, that's
And that's
right. That's why
fair.
we're
That's-
asking.
and
And then we need to
why you
ask
ask.
those clarifying questions.
Don't ask me how I am at all. What if we just did something else?
I've perceived you, though. I need you to know that I...
But why do you need them to know though?
Is that
Why
insecurity?
do you need them to know that you know they're there?
It's a really good but why? Like, why do we feel like the need to acknowledge somebody just because they're in our vicinity?
I think that goes back to evolution.
Does
It's
it, though?
connection.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I guess because we're community pack animals.
Yeah. We're actually, I just learned this the other day. We're considered tribal animals because we don't always have to be in a pack or in a herd.
Yeah,
Right?
there's
Because we
the
do
nomadic
enjoy.
groups.
Yes.
Just when we go to the bathroom.
You don't buddy
a little
system?
group bathroom.
Yeah, that's when we're a pack.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
especially as ladies with labias.
Oh,
Well, okay.
ladies
yes.
without them are a different story. I guess.
We can kumbaya.
Yeah.
Dicks and labias in the same bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either way, either one of us can be assaulted at any time. So, to be fair,
Just went in a weird direction.
This
guys.
is,
I
but
feel
no,
like-
I think you actually kind of answered. You inadvertently answered my question. So instead of me in my brain trying to very quickly decide, my synopses are firing off in there and trying to decide if you actually want a genuine response from me or if I just need to lie and say I'm doing great, thank you. Maybe I ask them. Are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I feel like for me,
What
that
do
would
you want
put
on
me
this?
in the predicament that you were just in. Let me shift my uncomfortable from me to you. I don't know how to answer that. So why don't you tell me how to answer it? Now you have to be uncomfortable and decide. Because what do you say there? Oh, do you want the real answer or do you want me to lie?
Scarlett,
I'd like
you're
you
autistic.
to lie. I'd like you to lie, please. Lie out
No, I
your
don't-
mouth.
I don't know. Nobody said
lie with
anything
your
about mine.
whole body.
Do you want the long answer?
I want to
or
believe
the short
your shoulders.
answer?
Oh.
Do you simply have a minute?
Yeah. How much time do you have? That's a great
That's a
first
good
question.
preface.
How are
Yeah.
you this
Yeah.
morning? How much time do you have? Do you know why I pulled you over? Depends on how long you were following me.
How long can I speak to you about how
one of my-
I am doing?
Yeah.
Right.
One of my delusional qualities about me is that I genuinely believe that I could talk myself out of just about anything, like any harmful situation that I'm in. So the moment I get pulled over, as long as it's not a lady cop.
One thing
Turn
you need
on
to
the
understand
charm.
about Honey is that she is pretty.
She has pretty privilege.
Yeah, she has pretty privileges. So she just
Strongly disagree.
She bats her long
She's-
eyelashes.
Right, literally. She's like, I strongly disagree. I look like fucking Sleeping Beauty, though.
yeah.
Bitch,
Or
what?
I'm a Barbie girl.
Right?
My brain
Oh,
is
She's
like,
the
but
most
she's awake.
classically beautiful person.
oh my
Yes.
god.
Inside and out, though.
Yeah, you really are a
And
beautiful
I think
person.
that is like
Yeah.
a beautiful
Wow.
quality about Honey, right? Like she's not just your classic kind of like pretty entitled bitch.
Yeah.
She is a genuinely pretty inside and out
We call them pibs.
Yeah. Those pibs.
Damn pibs.
That might catch on. I like that.
All right.
Wait
Yeah,
for the
her
stickers, friend.
outside definitely is also like showing her inside as well.
Pisces.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Through
might
and
cry.
through. Ah!
Through and
Through
through.
and through.
Oh my
I like
God.
that.
Outside and on the inside.
All right. Well,
Stop
I don't know
it.
if we have a definitive answer, and we probably never will.
But we would
'cause-
like to know your answers on this.
Yeah.
Would you prefer somebody to say, "How are you?" or
tell
like-
me how you are.
or
Tell me
like-
how are you today?
Yeah. What
No,
way-
see,
what
there's
way
no
would you
question
put
in my
it?
mind. If you approach me and say, "Tell me how are you today," I'm going in. That feels very like
She's
you're
coming
ready.
in hot.
Yeah.
No, that's
Wow.
you're wrong.
Grab a chair, friend. We're gonna be here. I'm not even asking how much time you have. I'm telling you.
See, you're a monster.
No, I just
This
love
is why
people,
I hate you
and I
before
love
9 a.m.
Yeah.
small
I-
It doesn't
I
feel
feel
like you
like
love
I
people when
would
you trap
also.
them in rat cages.
Yeah.
Okay, well, think
Consent.
about the questions.
Consent is key.
Consent
I
is
think
what we love you.
I think that's what we're learning here. Consent is key in the morning.
Amen.
If it's the afternoon, how are you? Maybe you have more time. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they're running to the bathroom because and you're like,
That's my
"Hey,
morning.
I'm going to tell
That's
you."
my morning. I have an hour commute to work, and by the time I get to work, I am literally Shrek walking my way to the door. I got a code in, and I'm literally, oh no, I gotta turn the alarm off.
so don't ask her how she
yeah.
is.
That's the wrong time to be like,
If
how are
Honey's
you?
gonna be coming in, like I'm like,
good.
oh hey, how's it going? Oh here, pull up a chair. I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
So,
You can
so
actually
what you're
talk to me on the
saying,
toilet,
for
thanks.
clarification purposes, what you're saying is catch you while you're in the bathroom, right? And
where
I
she
just can
can't move.
just sit outside.
Trapped.
over the stall.
Oh, we're going
Talking through
over,
the
not
stall.
under.
Oh.
Yeah,
Or
over
not just through?
preferably.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
No, I could. I
Yikes.
mean, I could stick my hand up there and like unlock it, and then just.
You use a lot of hand gestures. I don't think I need that. Stall. Like,
Yeah, that
like I'm
was
just
me.
like, look at this.
But
Like
I'm just thinking,
look
if
at this
you're
like
in the
shadow
big
hand
stall,
puppet situation.
both of you could fit in
Yeah.
there.
that is.
Yeah,
I
you
could
both
sit
just
on
be in
your
this-
lap while you're on the toilet.
That's not where I was going, but okay.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I just figured
just
in the
kidding.
same
The stall's
stall,
big enough.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could
I'll
both be in
try
there, not
anything
sitting on each other's
twice,
laps.
But I
Yeah.
am married. All
All
right.
right. Well, as fun as this has been,
moving on to our next but why.
That was nice.
our next but why is me. This is Olive. The but why I came up with is we forgive others more freely and easily than ourselves. But why are we doing that? Like, why are we forgiving other people and just giving them that grace and not giving ourselves that grace?
Oh my gosh, that is such a big thing too. It really drives me nuts, and that's one of the biggest like self-improvement, like self-love things. Because we always said to somebody like, okay, you think you did this, but if somebody else did the same thing, would you think lowly of them? And we're always like, no, I wouldn't think anything about it if somebody else did that. I'd be like, you're a human.
Yeah.
But for us, for some reason, it's like I personally gave Adam the apple, right? Like,
Yeah. So there's some reason behind that, right? You can only see your point of view, right? Your perception. And from your point of view, you are the main character. So it's going to feel more important, right? If we trip and
Yeah.
fall or something, right? Which is
then just
sure.
like the supporting roles around me.
I think
Yeah.
it's that internal monologue.
Oh, for
of,
sure.
Like overthinking it and really just not having a space for the grace.
Yeah.
And just being really hard on ourselves because we can sit and analyze every single thing we did in that moment opposed to with the other people, we don't have that. We don't know what went through their mind. So it's a lot easier to
So it's a
just
guesstimation. We're
Yeah.
really guesstimating what we think. It is an inner thought process of what we think you're thinking about what I did. Does that make sense? And that's
might
always
be
a guess.
lost.
So it's a lot easier to forgive that.
Yeah.
Because we can just give the short version in our mind of like, oh, they probably, or possibly even just bring it down of like, it couldn't have been as severe as if I were to have done that. So
Yeah, and we're not personally affected by it too. I know, like, if somebody comes up to me and is like, oh, I feel like a terrible mom because, I had my kids get McDonald's, like, I don't know. I'm not personally affected by that. I didn't eat McDonald's.
But there's a lot of things we are personally affected by that we still find grace and compassion for.
Yeah.
So why can't we find that for ourselves? But I do think a lot of that also goes back to how you were raised, right? Like
I was just going to say that trauma can really
Right.
shape that sense of self.
Right. Well, it's going to shape that inner monologue we were talking about, your sense of self. And also when you think about it, like when we're raised, a lot of us are raised to be more compassionate to others, to have grace for other people.
Instead
Because a
of
lot of
ourselves.
times it's our fucked up parents who are saying, oh, have grace for me. I'm learning. This is my first time being a parent. Like, you have to have grace for mommy and daddy. And like, you have to have grace for your siblings. And you have to have grace for that one cousin that keeps beating the shit out of you. Like, like it's silly,
Antoine.
stupid things like that.
That feels very
But like,
personal.
you're not taught to be having that same type of like grace and compassion for yourself, though. If anything, they're harsher on you. And that's where you learn that harsh inner critic voice of like, damn, like I really messed up. I really fucked up. Right. But like, again, if somebody else did that, we would have been taught, oh, no, like have grace for them, have compassion for them. Right. But like, as soon as it turned on you, you were the problem. You were the issue.
That was-
being taught to be ashamed.
right.
Yeah.
Ashamed,
Of your
scolded,
actions.
embarrassed. Yes. Right.
That was a
Like,
big thing growing up for me. Like, I would literally get my ass beat for literally just breathing, but then I would watch anybody else do something and it was like, it's totally fine. Like, who show of hands, I guess, who's out there anyways too, whose parents had the like customer service voice with everybody and then was like, you're an asshole. You're going to get your ass. You're going to get it when we get home. Like all this crap.
I'm triggered.
I'm triggered. I'm in PTSD shock.
Yeah, I mean that was literally. I think that was a lot growing up for us. Like my mom had like more husbands than I had fingers, and I think
Then you had fingers?
yeah,
Not currently?
I have more now. I've
She's
grown more.
I've grown. I've evolved.
It's the red dye 40.
Just want to swim better.
It's actually the blue dye. That's where they get you. Fucking blue
But
dyes.
like my mom would
Those damn
always
liberals.
get on to us about everything. But any guy that she had over for like dinner and sleepovers and whatnot, it was like they could have anything. Like we didn't even like have enough food. And we were hungry little kids, and the mom would make dinner because some guy was coming over, and then we'd like go to have seconds, and she'd like slap our hand and be like, "Tim, do you want any more first? Like, let's make sure." Like he's
that tells me
300 pounds.
so much.
He's
Man.
fine.
Your mom is dead. But that tells me
That's
a
true.
lot
That's a fact.
about about her. That actually makes me sad for her. She's dead, but that makes me sad for her.
No, I mean, honestly, it makes me sad
That's
for a lot
trauma.
of women. It is trauma, but
I mean,
like,
it's not
again,
acceptable, but
Like, absolutely not.
because you need to check that as it's happening.
Yeah.
As a parent myself, it's really difficult. It's also really annoying because my eldest daughter is currently going through puberty.
the pubis.
Yes. The dreaded pubis. And she now her body is changing, right?
Right.
We're having big emotions all the time. I have to regulate myself, right? I have to be that support.
That's really hard. If you knew, honey.
Yeah, I also have big feelings. We have share cry
A
circles
household of big
sometimes.
feelings, one might say.
Some might say
There's really only one person in your household that probably does not have super big feelings all the time.
it's
He balances it out.
No,
he
it's not a
does.
he.
it's Thuggerella.
Yes.
Oh,
Thuggerella
yeah.
has the biggest feelings of all, and it's rage. So
One thing you need to know about Honey,
unadulterated.
she has a really sweet daughter, and then she just has one that's ratchet AF.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good balance.
We love the
that.
ratchet.
That's a
We
That's
love
Rose's
her.
spirit
and that's
animal.
on.
It is. though.
Actually, I
love
believe
her.
that Thuggerella is cosmic karma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I truly believe that. But it's also super annoying. I annoy myself, right? I'm talking to my daughter. She's at this point that clothes are starting to matter. Things feel different on her body, right? Because she has curves because of
Right.
the dreaded pubis, obviously.
Pubis. I do be getting you.
And now she is perceiving people and having thoughts about those people, and she is keenly aware that those people now have thoughts about her, and she is trying to fill in, like, what is this person thinking about
Right.
me? What is this person? And my frontal lobe is, I was going to say fully developed, but as developed as it's going to get, right?
That's a fair statement.
And my advice is so good. I'm really good at this, right? And I'm trying to view it as a 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old. And it's like, it's
don't
okay.
feel like that would be
it's
very hard
okay.
for you.
It is. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
That was an inside thought.
that was an inside thought.
My bad.
Yeah. Okay, that was the lady.
You fucking
that was
child. Honey,
ladyism. We got to reel it back in. No, but I give really good advice about that. And yet, I lay in bed and think about all the things that I did that day that I feel guilt or shame and embarrassment for, that I try to talk myself through. I did watch a neuroscientist, like a little short clip that says that he's named his brain, and he tries to view his brain as
like a sentient being.
correct. Yeah,
Actually,
as
they've
its
done
own
like
thing.
yes, they've done actually a couple studies on this.
Yeah, it's highly effective.
It's highly effective.
Yeah.
It's very beneficial to name your brain and talk to it, but also like if you have delusions, hallucinations, anxiety, depression, like they say that it is actually helpful and proven if you name it something and talk to it. It gives you this.
You would talk to it as if it's a friend,
right,
and
right.
not yourself. Which
Yes.
again, we have more grace and
sentient
compassion.
being, right? So, but it does show that it does make a marked difference in.
I do
like,
imagine
the
myself on the
decrease.
outside of me. Like I try to
Yeah.
talk to myself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Talk to your inner
Oh,
self.
I love
as somebody next
millennials.
to you.
God, we're really trying, and I love that
Yeah.
for us.
We are,
really
and
trying.
actually, it's showing
For
though.
sure.
Like the studies that are coming out are showing so many positive trends, especially like influencing in parenting, emotional intelligence.
Wait,
like,
you're telling me right now that science is like working?
yes.
What?
I know this is a major phenomenon, conspiracy theory that science works. But yeah,
Wow.
it does. It do be showing statistically with numbers and
math?
percentages.
Whoa.
It's like data.
Yeah, like data, one might say.
One might say.
One might say.
But I
Uh,
think also getting back to like that whole aspect, I know Scarlett and I have talked about it, but like with having that, if you are separating yourself from that and you have that other you sitting next to you and you're talking about it, like when we're so hard on ourselves, like getting back to that question of like, why are we forgiving other people so easily? But if you put that person, yourself aside to yourself, would you talk to them the way that your inner self is talking to them, like you would a friend? Like you're not.
The
You're
problem
harder on that.
The problem, that sounds easy in theory. You have to catch it in the moment, like that thought reframing, because this does start in childhood, and it started from my mom, and it started from her mom before her, which is my grandmother, right? And my
that
great
who that
grandmother.
is?
That is who that is. That's how families work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how families work.
My family
Okay.
tree doesn't fork, so I wasn't sure. We just slide down the fire pole. Sorry.
But would
That-
we
another
would we
inside thought, babe.
logistically talk to a friend the way that we talk to ourselves? We
No,
wouldn't.
we wouldn't.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
no. But when I'm
I-
already frustrated and I'm already like, again, as a parent, right? Long day at work, stressful things are happening, right? I come home and I burn dinner, right? In that moment, it's very real for me. It's not collectively, nobody else needs to feel that anxiety, but I feel it in that moment. And it's hard to separate yourself from that. Like that thought reframing, you have to recognize that you're not okay in that moment, or that you are being mean to yourself in that moment. Usually that thought reframing process starts well after you've come back down and you're back in sort of like a baseline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You're
to
like,
break
oh,
it back
damn,
down.
I was
Right.
really mean to
Yeah.
myself there.
You can't do it when your lid's flipped.
Right.
Right.
Right. And so in order to get good at that thought reframing, right? Old dogs can learn new tricks. The brain
Absolutely.
is super, like a lot of neuroelasticity.
Neuroplasticity.
Yes.
It's
Lots of that. Lots of wrinkly brain things that are happening.
Lots of
Little
Wrinkles
flowers.
in our brain.
Firing.
What a concept.
I mean, not smooth brains. We have wrinkled brains.
Yeah.
Our big lady brains we have.
So smart.
I know
and
Scarlett
fake and
has
wrinkly.
like big thoughts about this too. Like we've talked about this.
Yeah, I do talk about. In fact, one of the I do a lot of like creative stuff, and I really wanted to do like a video series of if we talked to other people the way we talk to ourselves, and like having our brain outside of us. So it's like showing how it's actually communicating. So I think people need to see that in like real time to be like, yeah. I mean, we know we do, but when you see it, it's also like a lot more atrocious. Might be helpful.
Yeah, could you imagine if your inside thoughts became outside thoughts all the time and you had to say,
Yeah, that would suck.
Yikes.
If I were like
Scarlett's
that.
over here like that would be horrible. Who would
Yeah,
do that?
That's
So weird. What?
Yeah, the autistic ones do that already, but the rest of us, we really would like to hide those.
yeah.
And that's
well,
a good why question though, because like why? Why do we want to hide those inside thoughts?
Ooh, they
Why-
can be dark.
the Capricorn
Okay,
asks.
But what's the
Do you
problem with
really,
that?
as a Capricorn, would you like everybody to know what's going on
Yes,
inside
the
your
fuck
head?
I would actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you're secretly destroying them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You want them to know that.
Yeah.
You would
And
be okay
shouldn't
with
be
that?
offended by it because guess what? In 2 hours from now, I'm not gonna think that way, and I'm gonna have happy thoughts about you again. So give me 2 fucking hours and come back to me.
That brings me to a question that I always have. So let's say like somebody snaps at you, right? And they're like, and they say something crappy to you. And then they come back like the next day and they're like, hey, I'm really sorry I said that your dress makes you look like a fat cow. I was really having a bad day. I hadn't eaten, yada, yada, yada. So, and they're like, hey, no problem.
well, I'll
Move
tell
on.
you right now,
But
I'd be deeply offended.
yeah, my question in that moment, it's like you're really though only apologizing for like
The way you've been perceived.
nah, just like I don't know, it's like I was a fat cow in a dress. You're sorry you said it, but the cat's out of the bag. We can't just
Right. The truth is that you did not look good in that dress.
yeah.
And
Like-
there's ways to say that where we
Okay,
can
but
still
why
be
are we
a
getting
girl's
offended
girl.
by the semantics of it? If
Give
you
me-
look like a fat cow in that dress,
Give an
just
example.
tell me, and I won't wear that fucking dress anymore.
But what if somebody else really likes that dress?
Then great. I love that they love that dress. I just don't like it. I've told you that your boots suck before,
Yeah.
and I like other boots more
to
better.
stepping.
Like, were you offended by that? You shouldn't have been. It wasn't supposed to
Or
be.
you're
offensive.
asking me if I was offended
The
by that
Pisces would be
information?
offended.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
whatever.
feelings were hurt.
Even as a Capricorn, I definitely don't want my inside thoughts becoming
I just
outside
think it would
thoughts.
be so much easier if we just all normalized our outside thoughts being outside thoughts.
I
And
would
inside
like
being outside.
both of you to know that so Scarlett, you'll say it anyway. Your inside thoughts are outside thoughts, but they're usually very kind,
Sorry.
right? You two, if you don't say
Assassins.
it, right, your face does.
Yeah.
Your face gives it away. So I don't really actually need you to say anything.
But
out
actually,
loud.
it's better than the words.
No, it probably is, but I
Yeah.
know how you feel about
Yeah.
any given thing, because your face and body tell me
Yeah.
everything I need to know.
I think I've learned from Olive things like if I say, oh, here's one. Is that what you're wearing? That's that. I think I've learned that's a trigger word.
Yeah, why would you ever say that like that?
Are you gonna wear that out today? Right? Or if I say like, oh yeah, I was gonna do such and such, and she says, oh, I know that's something. That's oh,
But I'm catching myself, and
oh okay.
if I can't say
That's a
anything
choice.
nice, maybe I just
say that.
shouldn't.
God, you say that all the time.
I do. That's a choice.
Yeah, that's a
It's
choice.
not maybe the right choice, but it's a choice.
It's not the choice I would have made. No,
Exactly.
but
Well,
anyways,
that shows progress,
yeah, I'm working on it.
growth.
I'm working on it. We're doing.
We're trying to be better.
And you're
Capricorns.
trying
we're
to
starting
be better
a
Capricorns.
Capricorn reformist
Yeah,
group
yeah.
here. If you are a Capricorn or a Virgo, and
Why do
you
you have
feel
to put Virgos in there
and
like
you
that?
feel-
That's not fair to clump us together.
can't
with them
even
monsters.
imagine
because we're
why.
Earth signs.
see your
imagine
face.
why.
Your face is doing
Yeah.
it right now. Your face.
you
is
just
And
you
it
just don't want to
can.
be put in a spreadsheet.
I just don't want to be clumped together with all Virgos because sometimes Virgos can be little hellion monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Capricorns never.
Well, no.
Never. No.
Yeah.
Perfect
No.
baby angels over
Yeah.
here.
Do you remember earlier when Rose said she was delusional? Whatever.
First of all, I am optimistically
Positively delusional. Yeah.
delusional.
Delusional
Just
is
like
the keyword.
fucking
Just pointing that.
All right. Enough hate on the Capricorns, Scarlett. Come
Yeah.
on.
All right.
Let's move on.
Says the Capricorn.
What but why? What but why are you doing?
All right, my but why is why do we confuse our current understanding with absolute truth? So, I guess leaning into that would be most things, other than like gravity and things like a lot of things in life are really like our current best guess. History, right? It's our current best guess. It's pretty likely that long after we're gone, like we just probably won't live long enough to see what we were all pretty wrong about. But I feel like we confuse our current understanding. Like what we know, we really hold on to a lot of facts, and we look at things like logically all the time, and science and data. I mean, data's good, right? But what if we're measuring the wrong thing? I just think my question deeper is like it's less about facts and more about our relationship with certainty. Like what we have to really hold on to help us sleep at night, right? And then I think that causes a lot of stagnation
Yeah.
when it comes to evolution,
absolutely.
and I think that also kind of
It's
ties
stunting
in.
our growth.
Yeah.
Well,
Evolution
it shuts us
is
down,
yeah,
right? Like
for
it
sure.
keeps us from exploring different alternatives and different things. Like perfect example, right? How long did we think like fucking T-Rexes were just like scales, and then we found out they had feathers and shit, and they were connected to chickens? Like,
Yeah, we
Right.
thought the Earth was the center of the universe.
Yeah.
we thought the Earth was flat at some point,
Yeah.
Disease
Well,
was caused
people
by
still
bad
think that.
air.
right?
Yep.
No, there was.
Continents didn't move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and ulcers were caused by stress.
Yep.
There's probably still people that believe a lot of this stuff too. Some people haven't even evolved to the.
I mean,
current
there's still
facts.
flat earthers out there for fuck's sakes. Like there are
Uh-oh,
people.
we just
who-
lost half of our listeners.
Sorry about that.
But like, all I'm saying is like, yes, there are still things that people are holding on to that even now have been, quote unquote, factually disproven, that people are still gun ho about. Of like, nope, this is fact. You're wrong. This is you're doing a conspiracy theory. You're trying to do propaganda, right? Like, there's so many reasons and things that people come to like hold on to something. But why are we holding on to it? Why are we not saying, what? Okay, maybe possibly.
Yeah. I mean,
This
could it be
could-
could it be a comfort blanket?
I think
That's
that's
what
a
I-
lot of it is
that's
what I
rooted
feel
in
like it-
safety and
Yeah,
comfort,
for
right?
sure.
Because change is scary.
Change can
And
be
the world
scary.
can-
The fear of unknown
Yeah.
has always been scary. Think about
Yeah.
the witch hunts. Think about every person who's ever kind of been persecuted in some way because they were different. It was unknown. It was scary.
So, but
right?
why here? When we're talking about these witch hunts, I love this. Why were we taught to fear the witches and not the ones that burned them?
Okay, precisely though, right? Like it was that fear of like the unknown,
We don't
and all
even
powerful,
question.
and women being in powerful at a time where women were not supposed to be in power,
They
right?
they weren't even allowed to read.
Right, let alone
Yeah.
be making spells and dancing naked. Good gravy.
And
Not ankles.
what was the said witchcraft? Were they really, doing anything that is technically craft?
The woo woo.
Or is it more on our woo-woo end of they were holistically healing themselves?
Right, exactly. Think about
Like,
it. It
who
started
gets to
with
judge?
the slave Tituba, right? Who was bringing in culturally significant practices from her culture that the Puritans at the time were like, ooh, oh, good gravy. This is woo-woo magic, bad day of devil pagan shit. Cannot have that. And God forbid she teaches the children, the youngins,
Yeah.
to think about something other than Puritan misogyny and patriarchy.
Well, we have
Good
to
gravy.
teach
The
them
men could never
instead that they're
fall.
gonna burn forever.
Right.
for-
If you think differently or if you do
Going
things
through
differently,
puberty.
we're going to burn you at the stake.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like our world, our existence, the like existential branches that we have to hold, it's vast. It is, and it's scary. The unknown is scary, and now the unknown is really scary. And I think we do have to cling to facts. I think
Why do we have to make it scary?
I think it just is. It's too much to hold, right? But I think we have to hold it all. But I think
Can I just add?
No.
I think that. Oh yeah. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Oh no, it's fine.
that was a joke.
I think it's scary. newest example that I have is with the pyramids, where they were able to take new technology and do like the ground
Oh,
sonar.
the seismograph.
Yeah. The sonar scanning
Yes,
that
it
they
does.
did.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, this brings such a Go ahead, because I have a point. I want to branch
Yeah.
off
So
of this, but why?
so
too.
they have under the big pyramid.
Get nibbly.
Actually, and I think there's 2 more.
Scarlett loves the pyramid.
Yeah, we're hitting all of our. So evolution is my special interest. The witch hunt is Rose's special interest.
All right, come back.
And then, anyway, there's like spiral staircases that go down. And then underneath that, there's an 80 by 80 box of a room, we presume, but we're unable to get into it. So, like, that is.
Okay, but here's the problem. Sweet honey, is that data is not getting very far because it hasn't been peer reviewed.
Right.
And that data hasn't been peer reviewed because the people who review it are the ones that wrote.
Right.
You cannot question
It has
the
been reviewed.
facts that are already there.
It has been
Those
reviewed.
Those pyramids were built by Egyptians using tough stuff. And
Oh, is that
primitive
what we're calling
tools.
slaves?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Okay.
weren't slaves. I think we know that now by how they were buried. But that's just the point, is like, and this isn't just with the pyramids, it's with anything. It's in medicine. There is a whole, you don't go against the people that are the leading things in their
The
field,
dominant,
right?
yeah.
Yes, this is the idea. This is where it was. Not to mention, Egypt themselves does not want
Right.
to be associated with anything that if that were proven, we didn't do it, right? They're a lot older than we think. That's a different podcast. But again, that's the facts that we
Just a
have to
different
hold on
episode.
to, right? We can't.
Just casually.
That was such a good point.
It did get reviewed.
Recently?
Yes.
Oh. And
And it was confirmed.
well, we'll see what happens.
Right.
Those brothers, or those, I don't know if they're brothers, but they're 2 guys. They'll probably end up, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
Oh my God.
I hope not. But I'm just saying, it's hard. It's hard. It's a scary place to argue with what currently stands. And it takes a lot for somebody to actually, publish in the opposite direction
True.
of what's commonly known. And that's the perfect example of
And
what
they
I'm
don't
talking
allow
about.
it. They simply,
Right.
like you're saying, they simply don't allow us to question anything because people are terrified of it being debunked.
Right. Well, think of all the people who have ever started questioning anything. They were labeled as crazy.
Crazy.
They disappear.
Right. They disappear. They are put into institutions.
Psychology
They're pushed
used to be more of a
outcasts.
pseudoscience.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, psychology itself used to be just considered woo-woo, weird magic.
Yeah.
Like
Because some things are just very hard to measure.
right. Exactly. And if it's not measurable in the way that we have determined
There's
it to
those
be,
facts.
right.
Change your measuring scale.
Right.
No, if it doesn't fit into the like, I can only measure things that are 6 inches long because I have a ruler and I don't have.
Right. Right. Because
Stop
obviously,
casting
clearly,
everything into a mold.
That,
And
yes. Oh man.
trying
In
to
the-
put things into categories or molds or labels, right, to make us feel better because we
Just
can fit it in
be.
a box.
Anybody
right.
neurodivergent
Just be and
knows
let
about
be.
being a cluster of check marks.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So
and
yeah.
being more flexible with our thought process and all of it. And how are we? Is
Right,
there
not
one
getting
single
so
person
offended.
alive in these realms that we're talking about? Nobody on this planet was alive for the pyramids. So
Right.
why couldn't there be things that are newly developed that can go against what
we previously knew.
knew? Like,
we're
And why
always-
are we offended by it? That's my thing. Like every time new things come out, there's always a group of people that are offended. Right? They're up in arms.
instead
like,
of wow, that's
wow,
amazing
so
that we
cool, right?
we're finding more things.
I know.
Like,
we're
I'd be
learning
so
new
excited.
knowledge.
it should be cool. It should
Right,
be.
it should be exciting. This is a new development. Like, but instead we get upset. We get mad because of what? Why? Why are we getting upset and mad?
Why is there so
when
much
people
stigma on
attach
it?
Right.
themselves to certainty, we stop evolving. We stop learning.
right? Exactly.
So here, if I had my ideal mindset, here's what I would say. This is what I lean toward with my current evidence, right? With the current evidence that exists. But I'm open to the possibility that tomorrow may teach me something new. Mm-hmm. That would be my ideal.
I think that is the ideal. Like, why aren't we working towards
Yeah.
that?
That could be a great way to like thought reframe on change being not so scary.
Right.
That's
And, like-
why gay people and all like just diversity in general.
Not the gays.
Yeah, the gays.
Gays.
First lady ankles and woo-woo magic, and now the gays?
Now the gays?
Yeah, we're really just redrawing that line. What's tolerable?
Right? As it should be, though. It needs to be redrawn.
We're constantly going to be manifesting something that goes against our comfort zone because we're not designed to stay comfortable. We're designed to find the comfortable within
Right.
the
We're not.
uncomfortable.
We're not supposed to be stagnant. We're not supposed to just be doing the same thing day in and day out and be satisfied with the status quo. How would we ever have found any other things? How would we have flight, vaccines?
All right, so I have a question for each one of you as a thought experiment to my but why. What is something that you used to believe that you no longer do?
Ooh, oh, that's a good one. There's so many things.
All right. If nobody has to go in a particular order, but whoever has one, listeners, that'd be great for you to answer.
Thanks for putting us on the spot.
Right, yeah.
This is not rehearsed.
definitely believed that
yeah.
you are who you are and that you could not change.
Yep.
I
That's a good one.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And that is not
And it was considered
true.
fake, though, if you did change, right?
Right.
And they were like, well, you changed, you're
Inauthentic.
fake, inauthentic, right? When, like, why we all are able to have, like, different kind of pieces of our personality, right? Where, like, if I'm with people who are more, say, like, bookish and quieter, I may be in more alignment with those qualities to myself when I'm with them versus like if I'm with a group of extroverts who are partying and we're having a good time, I will probably present more in that aspect if I have those qualities myself, right? But like that doesn't mean you're fake or disingenuous. Like you're constantly developing and growing different parts of yourself as you're meeting new people and being open to those new people, right?
Yeah.
Like I will agree. That was one thing I really struggled with actually myself was this idea that like you didn't have to be so rigid, right? Like things didn't have to be this way because that was the way that it was, or that was the way that I was taught to be. Like I could branch off from that and that was okay, right? That was very hard for me as well that was a big life lesson for me. But
I would
anyway.
say mine is something that I don't want to necessarily go deep into. But something that changed for me is my religious beliefs. And I think it's really hard having such a strong religious background and believing everything within that and then completely full circle changing my mindset of how I truly feel and being authentic to my true self. So it's something to touch on later, but that's just kind of a brief preview on something that I did change.
Yeah, we love a good deconstruction.
Yeah. All right.
We'll break it down in
Rose?
the later.
Did you have something that you used
Oh.
to believe that you could think of in the forefront?
Yes. So my thing that I used to really believe in was that like family is family, right? And like no matter what, family is
That's a
family.
good one.
Like, right?
that is a good one.
You know, that was very for a-
Everybody's trauma just like sighed in
Triggered.
unison.
Oh yes.
I was going, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But no, that was a big thing. Like that was always really like something in my family, at least, that was really stressed. Like it didn't matter if there was bad behavior, hurt feelings, inappropriate, things happening. It was always at the end of the day, well, family is family, so we have to tolerate it, right? And we can't leave family. We can't cut out family because family is family. Blood is blood, right? And blood is thicker than water.
Yeah, that's
Um,
tough. That
and
is really
it
tough.
took me 30 years.
Blood
to
is
deconstruct
thicker
that.
than water, but I don't understand what that has to do with family. But go ahead.
It's okay. Well,
No, it's fine.
there's the
We'll talk about that later. Just make a mental note.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, no, I totally get where you're going with that. And like, also, like having that idea of just because they're family, we have to keep them around
Right.
in no matter what toxicity level they bring to the table. And just because they're family, we're supposed to love them.
and keep forgiving them and
Unconditionally.
allow ourselves to get shit on.
Shouldn't family treat you better?
I mean, one would
Isn't that a
think.
support system? Like if somebody says, like, "What's your support system?"
Yeah,
You know, like
but see,
family,
if
like-
they're truly toxic, though, right? They don't have to wear that mask around you
Right.
that they do when they're in public, which tells me that they know how to behave, and they
They choose not to.
choose to not do that. And so like that level of disrespect, again, this is where I'm super proud of the millennials, right? Because this is where we say, actually, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're growing. All right. So I would say for me to close this off, this but why, something, because I should not exclude myself from this probably, something that I used to think that actually I was almost basically yesterday's years old when I figured this out. I used to believe that the point of life was to actually be happy, to not be angry, like even spiritually. I thought for the longest time the goal of being spiritual and connecting with like source, and yes, I'm very spiritual,
Is to not have feelings.
it kind of, well, not to have negative feelings,
Yeah,
right?
negative.
Like,
Not to
like
have
not to
negative.
be angry, like we shouldn't be
Well, it's
angry.
that toxic positivity, right?
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
like
And
a big movement in the spiritual community
is.
for like a second.
It really is. And I wasn't so deep in it like, oh, I can never be upset. Like, of course I knew, but it was like, I'm going to know that I'm evolving spiritually when I'm not angry all the time, or if I'm not being this way, if I'm not being that way. And now, I'm not even saying that I'm right now, but right now I believe and feel like I know that I've grown because I know that when I'm angry, when I'm in those spaces that feel uncomfortable for me or others, that I can meet myself there with love and grace. That is
Wow.
the growth
Love that
for
for
me.
you.
That is, it's not about not being angry. Dang it, you're going to get angry.
Yeah.
You're going
Possible.
to, you're
Well-
gonna be a shitty parent sometimes. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna say things. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna lose my patience, and I'm absolutely, you guys know, I'm gonna get overstimulated.
Yeah, you're
And
a human.
Yes, but now when I'm in those moments, I can kind of breathe with them and meet myself there and say, I love you. Because, you guys don't know out there that I have definitely started writing a book, but one of the parts I wrote in there was that it's not, I do get sad sometimes when I choose reaction over breath, but I know that I'm still love. I'm loved fully and equally in the full spectrum of duality and form, right? Because
duality.
it's about bringing that love deeper. No matter how deep into darkness we go, we are love, so we're just bringing love deeper into the human experience. And that is what I have learned, that I don't need to love myself more on the days I shine or judge myself on the human days, because I'm loved equally no matter which direction I go, because I am love all the time. You're love all the time. So no matter where you go, love is going there. And that's a beautiful thing. So as long as you're meeting those spaces with love, I think that's more growth than trying to avoid them altogether. So that's my
Yeah. Emotions are information to the brain, and sitting with those can be really powerful. And you learn really interesting things about yourself when you sit with that uncomfortable feeling
yeah.
for long
Well,
enough.
Thank you for my but why, and we're gonna send it on over to Miss Rose over there.
All right. So my but why is looking at why do we keep continuing to engage in patterns of behavior or engage in, repetitive motions and expect different outcomes, right? So like, why do we keep allowing people to do the same thing over and over, and we keep saying, oh, well, you know what? I'll let it go this time. They'll try again next time. They'll do better next time. Or
This was
I'll-
my fault.
Right. This was my fault. Like, this
Oh,
will
no.
happen again.
no.
Why do we keep doing that? Why is that a thing that we're like, oh, you know what? It's okay. Like,
We'll have better results this time.
right. Like what happened last time, babe? Not better results.
Yeah.
So why are we
I'm,
expecting
like,
it to be different?
eternally optimistic when it comes to people.
Mm.
I know. And does it burn me? It does, but I still choose to give. That says more about you than it does me, I think, when I give you that time
Okay, yeah,
and
but
space.
where do you draw the line? Because
That's
you're
a
not
great
going to keep letting
question.
them do it 50 times, right? Like, where do you say enough is enough?
Oh, not 50?
I think you
50
could-
is not
No.
the line.
Honey does give 50.
And you're wrong.
Sometimes-
And you're
sometimes-
bad. That's bad.
No.
Yes. Yes.
I think the line should be drawn what you can safely handle. Okay, so my brother, very short story.
Which is 49.7.
My
You're
brother
disgusting.
was notorious for, like, we would make plans and then he wouldn't show up, and that would really hurt my feelings for a while. And I would even be like, I'm not going to hang out with you anymore. Like, I would just kind of go my own way, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, something about blood and water. But I got to a point where I realized, like, my life isn't evolving around whether or not he shows up.
True.
So I think there's also a space where you have to look at our expectations and we have to look at our judgments about things. My wife and I are very, we have had this conversation very recently. She is I'm going to cut people off forever. Like, I don't need that energy in my life. And I absolutely get
Capricorn
that.
form.
Yep. And I get it and I respect it. But for me, unless that is something that I'm struggling with, like if I had a relationship in my life that was really hurting me and I wasn't healed enough to like handle that, I could totally understand that. Not to say you're not healed, but
No, there is spots where, keeping that person around to have that mirrored back to you so that you can heal. I do see with certain people that could be a space.
well, that's not exactly what I'm saying. I think, like, in my case with my brother, I just recognized I have a judgment and an expectation tied to thinking that he should make that time for me. And once I kind of let
the
go,
expectation.
once
Yeah.
I like let go of that expectation of like how I think he should be, and I just started living my own life, I didn't feel the need to like be any way with my brother. I might take it like, okay, plans are pretty fluid. Like maybe this will happen and maybe it won't. But I didn't feel the need to cut him off. I really embraced that whole, it's not my job to teach you, it's my job to love you and love will teach you. But yeah, I mean, so I think what's safe is what you feel that you can actually handle. If somebody is literally causing you a lot of stress in your life and a lot of pain, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, this isn't really working for me.
Right, absolutely. But so many people don't do that.
And
they
that's
just
what you're saying, right?
continue.
When this
Right.
really is unhealthy
Right.
for me, why are we
Exactly.
continuing?
Yes, and that's what
That
I'm
may
saying,
be a self-esteem issue.
I think a lot of times it's a self-esteem
Yeah.
issue, it's a self-value issue, but I think also like there's a layer of sometimes, depending on your relationship, a layer of like guilt and sometimes like what's the word I'm looking for? Not like guilt and almost like responsibility to still engage in that relationship or still like try to make it work.
Is it like you're talking about like almost feeling like if you don't, you're failing?
Right? Yeah.
Like
if
you don't
kind of-
want to give up.
Right. Like you don't want to be the person to be like, all right, this isn't working, or like,
But I'm not getting different results.
Right, exactly. Like you're literally just like running your head into a brick wall over and over, and just being like, oh, hopefully I go through this time and I don't fuck up my back, like, and
So,
then your back.
Some
is
might
fucked
call that
up.
resilience.
Some might call that insanity, Scarlett. So,
I prefer resiliency. However,
and you're delusional.
as somebody who
Painfully
is
or
out of the fight
Optimistically,
flight
but maybe
freeze,
delusional.
a lot of people forget about the fawn response. I am a fawner,
Yeah,
right?
that is
I
true.
will I will eat the issue. I am in recovery. It is getting better.
It is getting better. It is
um,
getting better.
day by day, but that still is my natural response, and it's really hard to fight against that. But I have a different take. When somebody does something, right, that pushes a line, that I have that option where it's sort of wise off, where either I can try to talk to you about this, right? I also have an anxious attachment style,
Yeah.
right? Like, let's talk
girl.
about it. Let's talk about this. I don't want this to sit. I don't want this to fester. I will overthink it if given the opportunity. But that I see you better. It's almost like I can analyze why you did that thing. Like it's some sort of trauma response, or, oh, that tells me that you, if you don't take my criticism well, right, on a presentation that you've put together, and I have, feedback that you don't like, and you become very closed off and you say some hurtful thing to me, that tells me a lot about you. That tells me a lot about your self-esteem. I don't need to run from that, right? Like, I want to...
As long as you can separate the two, yeah.
Right.
But I
absolutely.
can.
It's got to be safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Safely.
I
We
can
don't
do that.
We don't want to push things on ourselves that we're not, here, take it.
Yeah, I just think
Right,
my brain
and
works
that's
a
my
little
thing,
bit
like-
differently than yours.
No, and I
in that
definitely
way.
agree with that. We definitely do. We do process things and think about things from very different perspectives, which honestly, like, I think that is a beautiful thing in itself, though. Like, I would not want everyone to think the same as I do.
No, absolutely
Like,
not.
Not everyone can be a fucking god, like, that would be probably atrocious. There's only so many of me that there can be.
Thank
that's
God.
a topic for another day, though.
We love you. We love you, Rose.
I think for me,
worshipped.
like, Where I was
you.
expecting different results is my drinking. I was definitely an alcoholic for a long time, and I was surrounding myself with friends that were playing into that, whether I wanted to stop or not.
Right.
I had those friends and was expecting different results. Like, I can't hang out with you and not drink because you won't allow that, but I expected them to,
Right.
and I got the same result every time. So I decided to, well, things ended up the way that they did. I don't have those friends in my life anymore.
Good for you.
I have been sober.
Yeah. How long have you been sober?
Let's see. I am 35. I was 32 when I made that decision.
Wow, good for you.
And so at the end of this month, we're in June currently. At the end of this month will be 3 years.
Yay.
That's impressive.
How long have you been sober, Rose?
I've been sober at least
15 minutes?
hardcore sober at least for a year and
No,
a
that's
half.
me.
I mean, in the last 3 years, realistically, I can count on one hand. I've had like 4 drinks in total. But like again, for a very long time, same as Olive. Like
Yeah.
I kept surrounding myself in the same situations, same people, same vibes, and again expecting myself to somehow react differently.
Can't tell you
Yeah,
how many
and-
times
I mean,
I said, I'm not going to drink tonight.
Right, exactly. A countless amount of
absolutely.
times
I'm
that
not
I was
gonna
like,
get drunk.
okay, I'm not gonna get blackout drunk. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have like
Yeah.
a couple drinks,
Yep.
right? Like,
Yep.
not gonna do anything
Yep.
wild.
And then
I
you
was telling
blink
myself.
and you're
I
in
know.
the middle of a keg stand and you're
Exactly,
like, whoa,
right.
how
Next
did I
thing-
get here?
Right, like next thing it's 6 a.m. You're waking up on someone's, like front driveway
Yep.
with a cat,
A crusty
which has
ass.
not been, unfortunately.
Crusty ass
This is a true
futon.
story.
This is a true story, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or on
no,
someone
same.
else's
I would
couch.
also assume like I would be able to have that moderation,
Right.
and I don't.
I
I
don't.
don't
Yeah,
have that
I do
capability.
not.
Well, especially after the first initial couple of drinks. It's
Right.
like, what?
Like Scarlett will say I wasn't an alcoholic because I was a binge drinker. I was just a different kind of
Form.
Right.
alcoholic.
Yeah, it's a different
Because
form.
like
Yes.
I literally like it is a spectrum, I feel like,
Oh,
even
for
in
sure. Yep.
alcoholism. Like
Yeah. Well, there's different levels of being alcoholic, right? Like there are those people who get blasted every single day.
Yes.
And then there's more functional alcoholics who just
Yeah.
low key kind of drink and maintain
All
during
the
day.
time. Yeah.
And then there's social binge drinkers, which is what I was as well. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't drinking every day on my own.
Pause
but as
for just
soon as
one
I was
second.
around- Mhm.
That tells me so much about both of you, actually. Like just psychoanalyzing that. That's how my brain works. The moment that you say that, that tells me that your sense of self, your self-esteem was shit garbage.
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I would
we're
continue
aware.
to give you
Yeah, we're very aware
No,
now.
I know that you are.
Yeah,
and that
no.
and
Yeah,
that is
it's
on
so
growth
true.
as a person.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I see those things and I don't think that you're a terrible person for that, right? Obviously, we hang out
we just
for
had
fun.
to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we did have to learn.
You did.
know?
And no, I just see
And
the
though in the
process.
process, there were several people who chose to not continue that journey with me because
Absolutely.
I was not a great influence in their life, and I respect them for that. Honestly, like
and that's on maturity.
right. That is on maturity. I'm not angry with those people, like but I do understand now that I was not a good person to have in their life. I was not. I was not making, always safe choices or being respectful all the time during those moments when I was drunk and not being myself, so like,
But we
there-
think we're being ourselves
Right, no, I
in
thought
those
I
moments.
was.
Yeah, I thought that
was being
I thought that was
so
great.
genuinely,
Yeah, I
authentically
thought it
me.
was
And I
absolutely
So
yes,
fun. I'm so
fucking
fun right now.
amazing,
I'm fun
right?
and you want to hang out
right?
with me.
Yeah, no,
because-
everyone loves me.
Yeah.
And I'm so incredibly sexy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah.
wasn't an issue, my friend.
But all the alcohol was
mine-
doing
mine
is
is
masking the
yodeling.
social anxiety.
right. Yes.
Like
And
I
that's
felt like
what
I couldn't
learned.
hang out with those people
Yes, without
unless
the alcohol. I was
had
fucked
that.
up. Yeah.
Same with dating.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a first
No,
date
good
without
grief,
having a drink.
no.
When you're planning that 1st date, it's hey, where would you like to go get a drink?
Right.
Not would
No.
you like to get a drink? It's where
Right.
are we going?
Where are we going?
That
Yes.
and it awkward, so awkward
Right.
having dating sober.
Oh yeah, no.
Did-
Trying to make friends sober and date sober is trash. It is trash.
Oh, I love
Don't
it.
love it.
I do not. love
Do you think
Marriage sober can be hard.
Oh, go ahead.
that they're looking, if you did go on a sober date, that they would have like the rat in the cage look?
Yeah,
I might
because I
have the rat in
would
the cage
be
look.
awkward. I would be awkward Olive. Fun fact though, wife was the first sober date that I had. That was like the beginning of my recovery. We have only been sober as of pretty much knowing
We have
each other.
actually never drank together.
No.
Ever.
And it's a lot of anxiety going into that, but I am thankful for it as well. But it's like that. All right, well, you're getting all of it. You're getting all the awkwardness. You're getting the uncomfortable. We're rolling with the uncomfortable. It's just it didn't ever feel authentic, and now it does.
My wife is just now figuring out that I was also sober. I think she probably told herself, "Oh, she's probably drunk."
No,
No, I'm just weird.
No, Olive will maybe in another like short segment. Olive can explain how going on her first date with
Worst.
Scarlett was the
We don't-
worst
worst
date.
date.
We actually don't
ever
ever have to talk about
It's a
that.
miracle
I think
we're married,
The important
honestly.
part is that we're here and we're sober.
Of course she doesn't
You
wanna
did
talk
make
about
Yeah,
it.
she doesn't want to start talking about the front.
Talk
but
about
the rocky
expecting
beginning.
different results and having all her
She did.
exes.
She was
in one
No,
place.
I think you were very resilient
She's
during our first date.
autistic.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
very
I think
resilient.
She was something.
She kept.
I had to be
she
resilient.
Stayed with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't
love
be here.
resiliency.
We wouldn't be here. Yeah.
And being awkward again. That's
And being
information for the
sober
body.
going through an awkward first date.
She was just like, I guess this is how it's supposed to be. I
Right,
don't
she didn't
know.
know any better. That's the
I don't
problem.
know.
There was many moments where I'm like, we
Or
are
was that
at a
the
bar.
solution?
Should I just
Right? Should
go
I just
to
go
the
get a drink?
bar?
Yeah.
Like maybe I can't do this sober. This is awful. Actually.
Yeah.
But I did. I did it.
Fun fact, I was up on stage through 90% of that because I was in a band. And so I can't be held responsible.
You can. You set up where it was happening and who
Yeah,
was
you
going
kind of
to
did like arranged seating.
Yeah.
Yeah, arranged seating.
So,
Yeah.
doing
For shame.
things over and over, expecting different results, insanity or persistence.
We're just gonna glass over
Oh,
that.
you know what? Can it pay off though? Like it can. It
Yeah.
can.
I'm
It
married
can.
and you're stuck.
Look
and you're a rat
look
in
at
a
you and
cage forever
I,
now.
Rose.
I don't feel stuck.
We're beautiful yin and yang.
Are you sure?
We
Like we
are-
work together,
We do.
right? And we're best friends.
We are.
That's
Aw.
questionable.
We are.
Aw.
This is a real how are you doing situation.
No, her face tells me everything I need to know.
But also ask Rose how many times she says, I fucking hate you so much.
yeah, but that's how I
That's
know
her
she
trademark
loves me.
sign. It's her trademark.
She's flipped me off like at least 8 times today.
Yeah, I mean,
While
honestly,
recording.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any fun if I couldn't do those things, though. Especially with
very true.
Honey, my little lovable beating bag.
All right, guys. Well,
That's how we show love as Capricorns.
Yeah, it really is.
It's how
It's
you
actually
know
through verbal
that.
abuse and physical.
I'm gonna
abuse.
bring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this
Like, someone
plane
should
in
probably
for
look
a
into that.
landing.
Yep, bringing it back, bringing it back around.
All right, all right. We're all back. We're here.
We're all back.
here.
All right.
Let's
well,
touch down.
this concludes our actual kind of weird, random first episode.
This is just a palate cleanser.
Yeah, this was actually just kind of designed to let you guys kind of see a little bit about who we are, how we are.
And how we feel about certain things. We're also going to have more filler but why episodes. This is going to be something we keep circling back to in the process of the meat and potatoes that we're going to have for our typical episodes.
Yeah. So if you guys have, we really want to hear your but whys. We'd really love to hear the things that you question. That would be glorious. But thank you guys for listening. We definitely hope that you'll come back next time. I promise you things are going to get weirder.
Oh, for sure.
And
lots of weird-
We
promise that.
promise if we didn't offend you today,
It's coming.
You're on the list.
Please
Can
make
I-
sure to follow us on all social media platforms if you are not already. We love you guys, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Can I
No,
say
we said bye already?
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
already-
can I say
but we
thank
said
you
bye.
for meeting around our bush?
I don't know.
Thank you for meeting
said
around
it.
our
I
bush.
said it.
Well,
it's
you
already-
did
it's
say
there.
it.
Will I
Yeah.
edit it
Our
out?
well
It's
trimmed
Bye.
bush.
Will it
You
make
can
the
say-
cut?
Oh.
Can we do it again?
Bye.
Hey, why don't we do bye, 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 bye?
Bye, 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 bye.
Thanks for sitting around staring at our bush with
Thanks
us.
No.
for
Love that.
bushwhacking.
Did you
Wow.
touch the bush?
Did you? Are you? How close to you are you
I
to
hope
the
my
bush?
bush isn't scratchy.
I'm not that.
Did you pluck your bush?
Did you individually?
Don't ask,
please?
honey. No,
You're
I did.
honey,
You're
individually.
disgusting.
She plucked each
You're
individual
disgusting.
branch.
You are disgusting.
Oh,
I cannot.
we are very sorry about this ending.
We have a bushel of problems.
We will be
bushel.
cutting most of this.
Is this still recording?
Yeah, I think
It's
we're
definitely still recording.
Oh.
I get.
Oops.
Don't let. So, fun fact. Also, I'm the autistic one. Clearly,
She's just
and
gonna say,
I'm
"Bye."
the one that's in
Bye.
charge of the recording studio right now. So I'm the one that decides.
She
when
doesn't
this
know how to
ends.
awkwardly end it.
And that's what. Bye.